we are going to address utility scale storage with our next speaker, Williams, and utility scale storage specifically in West Africa. Before I hand over to Williams, just a quick word of introduction about him. He's the head of sales for West Africa, Jinko Solar. Many of you know Jinko Solar for their solar panels, but Jinko is also very, very active with regards to storage. And Williams will tell us more about this. In terms of experience, Williams has 20 years of experience in energy manufacturing and across many different kind of roles: sales, business development, engineering design, installation, project management, you name it. Among others, which I found very interesting, is that Williams has also worked on the client side, being the power manager at EcoBank Nigeria, which definitely gives an interesting perspective on developing such projects. So I'm going to stop here. I'm going to hand over to Williams. I see you. Yes, Williams, are you with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Wonderful. We can hear you. We can see you. I'm going to give you the controls. There we go. So that you can share your presentation and enlighten us about the future of utility scale. Rich.
Share my screen.
Yes, it's coming. And then you can go in presentation mode so we can get your slides full screen.
It's okay now?
Wonderful. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, John, for that wonderful introduction. Thanks, everyone, for the opportunity to share with us. Yeah, we're having a topic around the utility scale storage in West Africa. It's an interesting topic to discuss, and kind of what we want to see more and more within the region. Utility scale storage solution. Moving on, I think I'll start off with the introduction for solar, Jinko Solar. We've been in operation for since 2006, and within a space of 10 years, we moved to number one in terms of shipment globally, and we sustained that for a couple of four consecutive years. And in 2023, we also moved back to that position of being number one in terms of shipment. So in market share, we have 15% market share, and cumulative deployment of first PV models has reached around 20 gigawatt plus globally. So in 2020, Jinko came into energy storage solution. That's during the lockdown, bringing more benefit to our customers, because a lot of our customers are into PV and both PV and energy storage. So it makes a lot of sense for us to introduce energy storage solution to kind of make it a one-stop shop for the solution for our partners. And so far, it has been a wonderful journey for us in Jinko. In terms of performance, annual performance has been a continuous growth, year-on-year growth in the several indicators in terms of shipment, operating income, cash flow, and the rest. So we've continued to grow as Jinko. For the operating revenue in 2023, there's a growth of 43.55% and thereabout. So it's looking good for us, and the future keeps looking bright. Globally, we have a manufacturing presence for the PV module side, 11 manufacturing base in China, and we have US, Malaysia, and Vietnam. So a total of 14 manufacturing bases that we operate as Jinko. Then on the PV model side, before we go into the energy storage, we have two main series of PV models. The first is the Tiger Pro, which is the PV, the P-type technology that's been in existence. Then the Tiger Neo series, which is the N-type technology, which is the mainstream solution that is in existence at the moment that is being pushed, which is the latest technology. And we have the power class in different ranges for different market segment. The N-type technology has presented a lot of opportunities in advancements in technology in terms of efficiency. Currently, we have reached efficiency level of that 3.24% for the N-type technology. So it gives room for continuous improvement where the P-type technology stopped, N-type has taken over and is pushing the market forward. We have, as Jinko, have a lot of certifications and ratings, AAA ratings, first tier 1 rating from Bloomberg, other certifications we have. Within Africa, we are the top brand, and within some other countries that we represent, we have been recognized as top brand in those countries, Nigeria, South Africa, and the rest. So there's something I want to mention here with respect to some news about Jinko being removed from a tier 1 list. I think I want to mention that it has nothing to do with the financial state of Jinko. It's more or less like a legal issue that's been resolved. It has to do with one of the affiliates. It's about 2,150 yuan or thereabouts, and that has been sorted and reported back to Bloomberg. And we'll see in the next quarter, you see the Jinko back to the rating. So it's something that it's not peculiar with Jinko. It has happened to other manufacturing industry companies as well. So it's not an issue at all to be worried about. So moving on to the energy storage space, we have 3 main categories: the residential, the C&I, and the utility scale, which is the SunTera technology that we have. Is basically categorized depending on the capacity of the energy storage. So anything less than 50 kilowatt hour, the current has the residential solution. So between that and 2 megawatt hour, you see in the C&I commercial industrial space, then the SunTera, which is this utility scale above 2 megawatt hour, is regarded as a SunTera. And that's basically the area that we focus more on this webinar to discuss more on that. So in terms of factory base for the energy storage solution, we have a factory location in Hainan, where we produce our energy storage solutions. Then within a space of that's close to 4 years or thereabout, when we started operation in 2020 for the energy storage, we have gotten a lot of recognitions, awards, and also have reached a tier 1 listing for product. So this is just to show to the extent of how we're advancing in this space. So here I want to share a bit of a market understanding of what is happening relative to our markets, West Africa, which is also a component of Africa and Sub-Saharan Africa. When you look at this graph, this data is taken from our world data, and it's showing different categories of renewable energy solutions, solar, wind, hydro, biomass. When you look at Asia, you see the percentage of the mix, or the size of the mix. Then also America, Europe. These lines represent the population. When you look at Africa, you see there's a bit of gap on the side of the African countries, and a bit of a machine learning approach was adopted. It tried to analyze the data to be able to understand what are the key factors that are actually driving the renewable energy adoption in different countries, especially the developing countries where West Africa and Sub-Saharan Africa market is located. And we'll find out from machine learning approach with my data science background, we discovered that there are three main factors that drive renewable energy adoption globally, which is also particular to developing countries. And one part is the GDP, the other part is presence of non-renewable energy supply of, and the other part is population. So these three key elements are the key factors that drive renewable energy adoption. So countries with high GDP, uh, they tend to have more renewable energy adoption. And when you look at Africa, you see the population being also a factor there, presents a lot of opportunity and give us a kind of future insight of what is going to happen in Africa being with so much opportunities that can be explored in terms of deployment of renewable energy. And some recommendations were made from the insight from that, that in addressing renewable energy solution, you have to look at it from a directional approach. So for countries that are having a continuous improvement, growth in GDP, is a good indication that renewable energy adoption will continue to improve in those countries. And the reverse also seems to be the case. And also in terms of rural electrification, you also need to also transit to the area where we talk about rural industrialization, being able to industrialize some of the activities that are done within the local communities, that be able to create real energy demand. We're talking about is what about we're talking about maybe mechanized farming, pre-processing of raw materials. All these tend to create the real energy demand and also improve the lifestyle of the people within the community to be able to afford renewable energy power solutions. So these also exploration of alternative power sources, not only countries with other alternative power supplies, because it seems to have like a base where the renewable energy can ride. So the case like gas to power system also have to, improve the adoption of renewable energy within developing countries. Emphasis on productivity of renewable energy, tailored policies for developing countries. When you look at policies, for instance, you talk in terms of climate change. For other continents, you see that it is really helping to increase the adoption of renewable energy. When it comes to African continent within our region, it seems not to translate with the same speed. So in addition to that, there have to be tailored policies that look into what are the things that, like what I've mentioned, like the rural industrialization that can be part of what is supposed to be discussed as policies that are tailored to different regions to be able to increase the adoption of renewable energy to utility scale. And also centralize a stable grid. We talk a lot about decentralized because that is what is applicable within this medium. So what we'll see is that we see a lot of mini utility scale installations in the C&I space. But then for us to transit into the true utility scale project, there has to be a kind of centralized smart grid system that needs to be in place. And of course, SDG goals alignment. For us in Jinko, because for this to become a reality, everybody within this chain has to be fully involved. It takes different stakeholders that are within this chain to be playing active part. For us in Jinko, we continue to increase our capacity in terms of the energy storage to be able to meet the demand, but also position ourselves well. As at 2024, we have accumulated capacity of 12 gigawatt of hour of storage system. In 2026, we tend to double that. Then we have this roadmap for energy storage system. At the moment, we are currently at this position where we have 5 megawatt hour solution within 20 feet container and about 8,000 cycles. This is expected to grow up to 12,000, then towards the 15,000 cycles in the coming years. One thing that we need to address with this new solution, SunTera system, which is a liquid cooling system, an advancement in the traditional energy storage solution that we is having, is that the more technology we put in, the more benefit you bring in, the more efficient the solution becomes. So in terms of safety, affordability, efficiency, and convenience, the new technology presents you such scenarios. And that is what the solution from Jinko Solar is bringing, the SunTera solution for utility projects. And also, looking at safety solutions that we present in our solutions, we look at three-layer protection: structural safety, electrical safety, fire safety. In terms of structural, not only you want the solution to be safe where it's installed, you also want it to get to the site safely. So both in terms of the site safety, also in terms of transportation safety, everything is considered in building the system. And also at the cell level, as the system level, you have five-dimensional safety strategies. So from the cell to model to pack level, rack level, system level, there are different, these are different layers of protection that is put in place in our system to protect the investment and also ensure that the system stays for a long time, because these are usually long-term investment. Then you can see that from this simple formula, you see that the new technology impacts directly on the total life cycle cost of the system. When you look at the system costs here and the operational costs, as they continue to come down and system throughput is going up, definitely you begin to see the impact on the life cycle of the system. Because when you are advancing in technology, not only are you bringing a system that is durable, be able to do the work, you also want to make it cost effective. And you see that everything is put together to ensure that the system delivery, project delivery is on point. Now, you can see that once you move from 7,000 cycles previously where we are to 8,000 cycles, you begin to see this already, what's it called? We're already saving, having improvement in the throughput power, which also impact on the system lifestyle. So we have about 14% increment. And also on the total efficiency, you have 2% increment. Then on the RTE, you have like 94.4%. And auxiliary power is 20% increment. For the auxiliary power side, you see the internal consumption is very, very important for the entire system. And one of the ways where this is being saved is respect to cooling. The kind of cooling that is maintained in this system is more or less like a smart cooling, where you are bringing cooling to the point where heat is being generated. Unlike the traditional method where you are cooling you are trying to cool the system when the heat is already generated. So in trying to, deploying this liquid cooling technology automatically brings in safety, because you are being more efficient in controlling the energy being generated, and also which reflects on the consumption power dropping by 20%. The traditional layout for energy storage solution is to have spacing between each of the system. But in the new technology, the SunTera technology liquid cooling system that we have, you see that you can put the systems side by side or back to back. And that also need to save you really on the site utilization. So you can use lower size of land, install a large number of energy storage solutions because of the layout arrangements that is achieved with SunTera solutions, which is not possible with the traditional system. So in different aspects of project development and deployment, you see that every factor is covered. So many factors are covered to ensure that it brings you cost-effective solution. Then the concluding part, which has to do with global service and timely response. In terms of the service that we meant to provide, we tend to look at it from the aspect of knowledge-based support, in the sense that the more our developers understand the system, the more it's for everybody within that segment. In terms of project design, in terms of support, in terms of commissioning, in terms of first level support that need to be done. So our approach is to ensure that we keep on passing information on the system that's been developed, on the trend that is in the market, to ensure that our partners are well acquainted with what is happening in the market and the trend and the trend and the direction that the market is going. So what that means is that everybody's aware. There's a knowledge transfer from the factory side to the partner side, and also to the field side. Part of also what we do is also bring a certification program to our developers, where you have the engineers being trained to be able to support our system and be certified to do so. So what that means that you have a lot of people who are knowledgeable about the system who can provide support at different level. And OEM is done in different ways, both physical and also the online approach, smart approach, AI approach that is being adopted into monitoring. And also on the technical side, we provide comprehensive technical services on the side, from pre-sale, during the sale, and after sales commissioning. So we also have, aside having people at the factory side, we have people also within the region, within the countries. Because what we see is that the market is full of potential. The potential remains the potential. So, and it has to be acted upon. And what that means is that for you to really gain ground in the market, it has to be an active participation. It's not that you are waiting for the market to mature so that you come in. You are playing your role to ensure that you are part of the people that are making the market to mature. So for our technical solution, we have technical team within the region, and it's a growing one. So we keep deploying people within our market space to keep on increasing our support within the market. And also, as we do that, see that we begin to see more awareness and more adoption of our solutions. So on the concluding part here, I just want to share some projects that have been done with our systems in the past in different regions. This is a 20 megawatt hour that have been done. This is a smaller unit. This is another 500 kilowatt, 1 megawatt hour that has been done. Then this is 42.3 megawatt hour. This is done in Mozambique. This is in Israel, a megawatt hour. And this is in Nigeria, done by our partner in Nigeria, Paras Energy. It's a 1 megawatt hour solution in Nigeria. Then this is Djibouti. It's a 1.1 megawatt hour solution deployed there. And this brings me to the end of my presentation. Thank you very much. This is my detail case of reaching to me.